Good morning. This morning I'm going to talk about hand sanitizers. I would not touch a hand sanitizer if it was the last thing on earth that was going to save my life. And I'll explain the reasons why. When I was in Alice Springs, and I was on the streets, homeless in Alice Springs for 2.5 months, sleeping on the riverbank, sleeping in parks and so forth. I was doing a walkabout and I went all through Victoria, New South Wales, but I'd started off in Alice Springs. And I was really shocked because some of the Indigenous there, beautiful people I'd sat with, and we got talking. One lady was deaf, but she communicated just fine through sign language, like a hand language, just the hand prompting. Just gorgeous. And I had quite a few good conversations with them. But what I found was that they'd go to the supermarkets and sneak hand sanitizer out from the health product area and all the the toiletry area. So they'd go and get that, and they'd sometimes have people go and get it for them because they'd have the supermarkets would have it locked away, and there was a reason for that. The alcohol there is restricted in Alice Springs, so they can really only get bare minimum. But what they found was that hand sanitizer actually gave them intoxication. So they would buy big bottles of it and divvy it up into portions, the small bottles, and actually drink the hand sanitizer. I was offered some, and I'm what people would consider a Puritan. I don't drink or I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. I did all that when I was in my early years. I don't touch them anymore. But I was mortified. I said, oh, no. I said, no, you're not going to drink that, are you? Like, I don't want to be pushy, but I was just astounded. And they were drinking this and they were getting drunk on it. This is like no judgment towards them. This is what the government does. The government makes decisions and forces them into like a pigeonhole. If they can't buy the alcohol, they'll turn to another way, because they're dealing with adversity all over the place. And if they can find relief, they'll find it wherever they can. If it's not through alcohol, which is banned for them mostly in the Alice Springs district, then they'll turn to something else, and it was hand sanitizer. Anyway, it would make them really drowsy and put them to sleep, and they'd sort of sit there and doze off, and I was just mortified. But it gets back to me about that, because they drink it and then it's ingested by the body, and it has all these deleterious effects. One is it makes them intoxicated, and also it gives them a really bizarre high. But could you imagine, it's how detrimental it is to the system. And because they don't know, they think that it's just an alternative, like metho used to be. Some of them used to drink methylated spirits, like metho, in those, in the cleaning product area, because that was the next best thing to alcohol if they couldn't get their hands on it. But now they turn to hand sanitizer. The human body has a myofascial system. It will carry anything that you apply to it in a certain area through the entire body. If you put something like essential oils on your feet, like anoint yourself on your feet, it will travel all the way up through your body. It's a beautiful thing, the body, because it'll transfer one location into all locations. It's a completely fluid system. It's an enclosed fluid rotating system. Like, it'll move everything everywhere that it needs to clear out toxins and everything. So if they're ingesting this hand sanitizers and it's doing that to them, imagine what it's doing to your hands. Now, not only is it antimicrobial, like it's microbiome. So if you've got any type of healthy bacteria on your skin, and the human body, it does have healthy bacteria on its skin, it will destroy all of that. The hand sanitizer will destroy all of that, but it will destroy all of it in your whole body. If you're using hand sanitizer, like when the COVID pandemic, a load of crap, was on, everyone was getting their vaccinations and using hand sanitizer like it was coming out of, the rear end, basically, because everyone was trying to make sure they were staying healthy, not transmit. It was just a load of rubbish. Anyway, applying that to your skin daily, it kills all your microbiome in your stomach. It will kill all the microbiome in your stomach if you're using repetitively. It'll travel all through your body. To establish a good microbiome with your human body is essential to maintain good immunity. In order to do that, you need to touch the anaerobic bacteria in the soil on Earth. And this is where all our microbiomes come from. We are basically soil. Our food's grown in soil, and those foods get transferred to us. So our bodies essentially are made up of substances that come from the anaerobic bacteria from Earth and the soil, constructed through sunlight, rain, weather, electricity in the atmosphere, and all of these sorts of things. So it'll destroy all of that. Get off hand sanitizers altogether. You know, if you want to keep yourself clean after you go to the lavatory, get yourself a little bar of clay soap. Just a clay soap. You can get it from the health food store, I think. Or just a normal cake of soap. But don't touch antibacterial. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't touch antibacterial hand sanitizers. That will destroy your microbiome. They'll destroy your children's microbiome. You need to maintain a good, healthy immune system, especially in this day and age. And I'm telling you, you need to. If I went into the specifics, that you'd shit yourself. But you need to maintain a good immune system, and you need to maintain a strong integrity, like body integrity. And in order to do that, you need a strong microbiome. Hand sanitizer will actually end up destroying you. It'll make you very, very sick. You shouldn't be absorbing that type of chemical into your system. And there's basically a whole range of chemicals in it, like a liquid gel. And it'll travel. Your body will move it all through. It's not just localized to your hands. It'll move it through your entire body. Do yourself a favor. Get off antibacterial hand sanitizers. Switch to a clay soap. I just use water mainly, unless I've gone to the lavatory, and then I'll use my clay soap. So yeah, just get off it. I got off it ages ago. And I make a point of touching wet soil as often as I can to keep my body absorbing through the pores of my feet anaerobic bacteria, because that will actually help restore your stomach microbiome. People don't tell you that. Go to the shops and get probiotics. That's the general idea, and that'll work. That'll give you temporary, but it's not a sustainable thing. I mean, they cost a fortune anyway. If you want to restore your microbiome, take your shoes off, go and stand in a wet soil patch where it's just bare brown, or bare dark soil where it's wet, and just plant your feet in it and stay there for about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Let the body absorb all the anaerobic bacteria in there, because the body will move it all up through the system where it needs to go and help restore you. The more contact you have with earth soil, the more stronger your immune system will be. I'll leave you with that. Have a good day. See you later.